Warzone 2.0 is out, and although we're only a week in, players have found which guns are so meta that even a noob like myself can win a game. So that's got me thinking, what are the most overpowered guns in the franchise's history? From the MP40 to the Model 1887, I've picked the 10 guns that dominated COD lobbies across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to get more content like this, and follow me as I run down a list of the 10 most broken weapons in COD history. Number 10. The M16, COD 4. We start off the list with the earliest broken weapon that COD fans would remember. In COD 4, the M16 was second to none. The 3-round burst could take out an enemy from any range, and with stopping power and a grenade launcher equipped, it was just mean. It's not even like you had to work for it either, as the M16 is available from the get-go, grenade launcher and all. You shouldn't even bother trying out any of the other guns, as the M16 claps harder than a bunch of middle class women when a plane lands. The M16 would even tear through some unfortunate souls who thought the Juggernaut perk could save them. Unfortunately, the M16 never hit the same heights in future COD games, with the Black Ops 1 version coming the closest, but even at that, it was way off. Number 9. The MP40, World at War. In 2008, Treyarch decided to not learn from Infinity Ward's mistake and made the MP40, the only gun you should ever use in the game. For those of you that don't know, the MP40 was a German submachine gun, keyword there being submachine gun, but this version allowed players to ping their enemies from any range at all and still get a kill in 2 to 3 shots. Pair this with extended mags and you could easily mow down the enemy team 3 times over without even needing to reload. I'm certain that in every single lobby that ever existed in World at War, there was somebody using the MP40. If the MP40 was as devastating in real life as it was in World at War, then this video would be spoken in German. In fact, I'm pretty sure the MP40 could take out one of the tanks in this game if it really tried, but don't quote me on that. Number 8. The 725, Modern Warfare 2019. Who remembers Modern Warfare 2019 before Warzone? It seems like such a long time ago, Warzone being our comfort game during the lockdown days. Those that do remember the old days will surely remember the 725. The 2-round shotgun was incredibly powerful and completely exceeded the range of any shotgun in the game. The pellet spread was wide enough that all you had to do was turn a corner and hip fire in any direction to get a kill. It didn't matter if the enemy was on the other side of the building to you, the 725 would tear them apart. I remember the 725 being in most of my classes, just in case I was on a kill streak and I needed a guaranteed kill. You could even pair it with slug rounds and a sniper scope, and you'd literally have a shotgun sniper combo. Number 7. The MP7, Modern Warfare 3. Overall, I think Modern Warfare 3 guns were well balanced compared to the other games around that time, although every game has its voice, and Modern Warfare 3's was the MP7 and another gun that we'll get to. This submachine gun had the range and handling of an assault rifle and the mobility of a handgun, meaning you could fly around the map taking people out left, right and centre. The MP7 had virtually no recoil and the iron sights were probably the best in the game. The thoughts of a gold MP7 with extended mags and a silencer gives me flashbacks to calling in a Moab. Any sweaty Modern Warfare 3 player was sure to have the MP7 in one of their classes, and as a secondary, they'd have our next entry. Number 6. The FMG9, Modern Warfare 3. That was a nice segue, wasn't it? And now I've just rounded like I was Mike Tyson. From the get-go, the FMG9 isn't anything to write home about, it's just a standard secondary. It's when you put an S at the end of its name and make it akimbo is when it really shines. Any close quarters encounter with these bad boys means you're going to come out on top every single time. Even at mid-range you could fire enough rounds that not even Neo could dodge them. The hip fire accuracy is pretty good and the mag size is 33 rounds, meaning you can pretty much point and aim 66 rounds into some unfortunate soul's chest. Special mention to the FMG9s in the infected game mode, I got countless Moabs thanks to them. Number 5. The Famas, Black Ops. The Famas from Black Ops is a fan favourite and it's easy to see why. It's easily the best assault rifle in the game and it's also the most reliable in any situation. Someone who's never played a first person shooter before could pick up the Famas and earn the attack dog's kill streak in their first match. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but don't let that take away from how good the Famas actually was. The iron sights were so nice to use, although Black Ops 1 probably had the best iron sights of any COD game. The damage and range were as best as you could get in an AR class, but for me personally, the best was the sound. This brings back so many memories of slapping kids harder than a school teacher in the 70s. Overall, if you were looking for a comfort gun in Black Ops, then the Famas was the gun for you. It never disappointed. Number 4. The ACR, Modern Warfare 2. Speaking of nostalgic assault rifles, may I present to you the ACR. Both the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 versions of the ACR were pretty overpowered, but nothing clapped cheeks quite as hard as the Modern Warfare 2 one. The thoughts of the ACR with a grenade launcher attachment, one-man army and danger close fills me with joy, or horror, depending on who's using it. I remember I went back to play Modern Warfare 2 about a year ago, and I went to my old reliable class with the ACR, and I got a nuke on my first game. The time to kill with this thing was so quick, and that's even without stopping power. I'm talking 4 shots, and 3 shots with stopping power. The recoil was about the same as a good Taylor Swift song, in the sense that it didn't exist. And the ACR isn't even the most broken gun in Modern Warfare 2. So that says 2 things. 1, Modern Warfare 2 did a horrific job at balancing weapons, and 2, the fact the ACR was able to stand up above the rest of those unfair hand cannons means it deserves a place in the COD Hall of Fame. Number 3, DMR-14, Warzone. With Warzone I could have went with a number of guns, something like the Fafar, the Psychov, the Street Sweeper or the MAC-10, but the DMR-14 pre-patch stands head and shoulders above the rest. This abomination plagued Warzone lobbies for almost a full season before the developers decided to finally stop laughing at the player base and fix the game. The DMR-14 hit like a truck, if the truck in question was made of pure vibranium and weighed 3 tons. You could 2-shot a player from any distance and you could put an extended mag on it so that you could team wipe 2 teams and still have enough bullets to blow up a Big Bertha. Okay, I'm exaggerating again, but seriously, 2 shots from any part of the map, it was just silly and I remember raging hard whenever I'd come up against someone using the DMR, which was pretty much every game. Thankfully it was patched and later guns seem to be patched quicker. I haven't played much of Warzone 2.0 yet, so here's hoping we don't have another repeat of the DMR. Number 2, Model 1887s, Modern Warfare 2. This had to be on here, didn't it? The Model 1887 is the most infamous case of a broken weapon in a Call of Duty game. I envy anybody who never experienced these cursed guns pre-patch. Akimbo Model 1887s are possibly the most broken guns in COD history. For anyone who doesn't know, you could essentially one-shot anybody from any range with these things thanks to the high damage and ridiculous hipfire accuracy. It's basically like having akimbo snipers and an aimbot thrown in for good measure. I'm genuinely getting annoyed writing the script for this entry because there's so many times I'll be close to a nuke only to get pinged across the map by a John Wayne wannabe. There's never been a gun to come close to how broken the Model 1887s were. The only reason I haven't put them as number 1 is because they were nerfed to the ground. Mind you, they weren't nerfed so much that the models were unusable. In fact, they still clapped cheeks after the patch. But like a man in his 40s, we were just left reminiscing about the greatness they once were and how we'll never get to experience it again. Number 1. The UMP-45, Modern Warfare 2. The UMP from Modern Warfare 2 is possibly the greatest primary weapon in COD history. Unlike the Model 1887, the UMP has stood as the king of guns since day 1 and remained there until today. Similar to other submachine guns on this list, the UMP had the range and damage of an AR. In fact, it was better than any of the ARs. This gave the UMP a lot of versatility, as being an SMG it was super mobile and the hipfire accuracy was as high as Snoop Dogg in Amsterdam. The UMP had virtually no recoil and at times it could only take 2 shots to kill an enemy. Every lobby would have at least 3 people running around with a suppressed UMP. In fact, when I think of a Modern Warfare 2 kill cam, all I see is that damn gun. Other versions of the gun in future games have been solid, but none could ever lift a finger to the Modern Warfare 2 UMP. So that was the list. Any other broken guns you can think of? Let me know in the comments below. I've definitely left out some incredible guns, so if I've left out your favourite, let me know. While you're down there, subscribe. For some reason the YouTube gods are rewarding me with really good exposure, so if you can keep that up by subscribing, that would make my year. And follow me on all my socials in the description below. Anyway, I have been Lenny, and I'll see you next time.